Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the mysterious waters of the lost city of Atlantis. Now, we all know the story of Atlantis, the legendary city that vanished without a trace. But have you ever wondered where it might be located? Well, in this video, we're going to explore a list of possible locations and why they are so intriguing. The search for Atlantis has captivated the minds of historians, archaeologists, and adventurers for centuries. The allure of a once great civilization, advanced technology, and untold riches has fueled countless expeditions and theories. But despite all the efforts, Atlantis remains an enigma, shrouded in myth and speculation. So why is the search for Atlantis so important and intriguing? Well, uncovering the truth behind this mythical city could rewrite history as we know it. It could provide insights into ancient civilizations, advanced technologies, and even the possibility of other lost cities waiting to be discovered. In this video, we'll explore each potential intriguing location, examining the evidence and theories surrounding them. We'll also discuss the challenges faced by researchers and the ongoing quest to solve the mystery of Atlantis. So, if you're ready to embark on a journey through time and explore the possible locations of the lost city of Atlantis, then stay tuned. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of the different theories and perhaps even form your own opinion on where Atlantis might be hiding. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our future videos. Let's get started on this exciting adventure together. In the annals of history, there are few mysteries as captivating as the search for the lost city of Atlantis. This legendary city, described by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, is said to have been a utopian civilization that thrived thousands of years ago. However, its exact location remains a subject of debate and speculation. The story of Atlantis dates back to around 360 BCE, when Plato wrote about it in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was a powerful and advanced civilization that existed around 9,000 years before his time. It was said to be located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which are believed to be the modern-day Strait of Gibraltar. Over the centuries, numerous theories and hypotheses have emerged regarding the possible locations of Atlantis. Some believe that it was a real place, while others consider it to be purely mythical. The allure of Atlantis lies in its supposed technological advancements, architectural wonders, and the mystery surrounding its sudden disappearance. The connection between Santorini, ancient Thera, and the legend of Atlantis primarily comes from the catastrophic eruption of the Santorini volcano around 1600 BCE. This event reshaped the island and had profound effects on the surrounding areas, including the Minoan civilization centered on nearby Crete. The idea that Santorini could be the location of the lost city of Atlantis is a topic of speculation and debate among historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts, but it is supported by several intriguing arguments. The massive volcanic eruption that occurred on Santorini was one of the largest in human history. It resulted in the collapse of the central part of the island into the sea, forming a caldera surrounded by volcanic ash. This catastrophic event and the resulting landscape bear some resemblance to Plato's description of Atlantis as an island with circular waterways and a central island, though Plato's account is much grander in scale. The timing of the Santorini eruption aligns well with the period that Plato describes for the destruction of Atlantis, which he placed about 9,000 years before his own time, around 9,600 BCE. Modern interpretations often suggest that Plato may have been transmitting stories that reflected real events from around 1600 BCE, misinterpreted or exaggerated through generations of storytelling. The Minoan civilization, considered one of the most advanced in the Bronze Age Aegean, experienced a sudden decline around the time of the Santorini eruption. The widespread destruction on Crete and other Aegean islands due to tsunamis and ash fallout from the eruption could explain the sudden disappearance of such a powerful civilization. Much like the sudden disappearance of Atlantis, Plato's descriptions of Atlantis in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias include details that some believe could be linked to Minoan culture, which was dominant on Santorini and Crete. The advanced nature of Minoan society, with its elaborate palaces, sophisticated art, and extensive trade networks, could easily inspire legends of a powerful and technologically advanced civilization like Atlantis. Archaeological findings on Santorini, such as the well-preserved ruins at Thera, showcase a highly advanced society with multi-story buildings, sophisticated urban planning, and elaborate frescoes. These discoveries indicate a culturally rich society that was suddenly buried under volcanic ash, preserving a moment in time, much like the Roman city of Pompeii. Despite these points, the theory linking Santorini to Atlantis is not widely accepted in the academic community, mainly because Plato's accounts are considered allegorical by many scholars, intended more as philosophical narratives than historical records. Moreover, the details of Plato's Atlantis do not perfectly match what is known about Santorini, and no direct, incontrovertible archaeological evidence has been found to support the claim that Santorini is Atlantis. The theory that the Bahamas could be the location of the lost city of Atlantis is another popular speculation among those interested in the Atlantis legend. This theory largely hinges on the underwater rock formations found near Bimini, a group of islands in the Bahamas. Here are the key reasons why some people consider the Bahamas, particularly the Bimini Road, as a possible site of Atlantis. The most compelling evidence cited by proponents of the Atlantis-Bahamas theory is the Bimini Road. This underwater rock formation, discovered in the 1960s near North Bimini Island, consists of a linear arrangement of large limestone blocks. Some believe these blocks to be too symmetrically arranged to be a natural feature, suggesting they could be remnants of ancient man-made structures. The interest in Bimini as a potential site of Atlantis was significantly fueled by the predictions of Edgar Cayce, a 20th century American psychic. Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, made several references to Atlantis and its technology. He predicted that a portion of the lost continent would be found in 1968 or 1969 near Bimini, which coincidentally aligned with the discovery of the Bimini Road. Some adherents to this theory argue that the geographic layout of the Caribbean and the Bahamas bears some resemblance to descriptions of Atlantis given by Plato. According to Plato, Atlantis was an island with concentric circles of land and water. Proponents suggest that the circular and linear patterns observed in the region's geography might fit this description. Supporters of the Bahamas' connection to Atlantis often reference ancient maps that show islands in the Atlantic Ocean that no longer exist or are unaccounted for by modern maps. These are sometimes thought to represent remnants of Atlantis, or to show the region as it was before any cataclysmic event that could have submerged Atlantis. Theories about Atlantis in the Bahamas often include discussions on similarities between ancient cultures across the Atlantic, posited to be influenced by Atlantean refugees. This includes architectural styles, navigational knowledge, and similar myths among ancient civilizations supposedly connected by Atlantis. Despite the intrigue of these theories, the scientific community generally remains skeptical. The consensus among geologists and archaeologists is that the Bimini Road is a natural formation, known as beach rock, which typically fractures in straight lines. Moreover, no artifacts or other definitive signs of ancient human civilization have been found at the site to suggest it was once part of a larger complex. While the theory linking the Bahamas to Atlantis is an exciting narrative and continues to attract interest and exploration, it lacks substantial academic support. The debate over Atlantis' existence and location is likely to continue, fueled by new discoveries and the enduring human fascination with ancient mysteries. The Canary Islands, located off the northwest coast of Africa, are another region speculated by some to be a potential location for the lost city of Atlantis. This theory, like others concerning Atlantis, is based on a mixture of geographical, historical, and mythological interpretations. Here are some of the arguments that are made in favor of the Canary Islands as the site of Atlantis. One of the key details in Plato's description of Atlantis is its location beyond the Pillars of Hercules, traditionally understood as the Strait of Gibraltar. The Canary Islands are situated not far beyond this point, aligning with Plato's narrative about the location of Atlantis being accessible via the Atlantic Ocean. The Canary Islands are volcanic in origin, which could correlate with the catastrophic destruction of Atlantis as described by Plato, who mentions earthquakes and floods leading to the city's demise. rise. The region's geological activity could be seen as evidence supporting a sudden and dramatic end to an advanced island civilization. The Canary Islands were known to the ancient Greeks and Romans, and there is evidence suggesting that the islands may have been visited by Mediterranean civilizations long before the Spanish conquest in the 15th century. The notion that these islands were remnants of a larger, now submerged landmass fits into some interpretations of the Atlantis story. The indigenous inhabitants of the Canary Islands, the Guanches, are sometimes cited in Atlantean theories due to their unique cultural practices and physical features which were considered unusual by the Spanish conquerors. Some speculate that the Guanches could have been descendants of Atlanteans, preserving ancient traditions of a lost civilization. Archaeological findings on the Canary Islands, including step pyramids, for example those at Guimar in Tenerife, and other megalithic structures, have also fueled speculation. Although these are now generally understood to be of more recent origin, they have been linked by some theorists to Atlantean architecture. Despite the intriguing aspects of these theories, mainstream scholarship does not support the Canary Islands as the location of Atlantis. The lack of substantial archaeological evidence directly linking the ancient civilizations known to Plato, such as the Minoans or other Bronze Age cultures, to the Canary Islands is a significant drawback. Additionally, much of the mythological and anecdotal connections made between the Canary Islands and Atlantis are speculative and not grounded in confirmed historical or archaeological data. The Azores, a group of islands in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, have also been frequently cited as a potential location for the mythical lost city of Atlantis. Several aspects of the Azores align with the descriptions provided by Plato and the geographical theories about where Atlantis might have been located. Here are some of the reasons why the Azores are considered by some as the most probable location for Atlantis. The Azores are situated in the Atlantic Ocean, about 1,500 kilometers west of Portugal. Their location roughly corresponds with Plato's description of Atlantis being situated beyond the Pillars of Hercules. The central position of the Azores in the Atlantic makes them a compelling candidate for those who interpret Atlantis as a mid-oceanic continent. The Azores are volcanic islands, which fits well with the cataclysmic destruction of Atlantis as described by Plato, involving earthquakes and floods. The volcanic activity could be seen as a plausible mechanism for the sudden disappearance of Atlantis, similar to the speculated fate of Santorini, ancient Thera. The underwater topography around the Azores includes the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, part of a massive underwater mountain range with volcanic activity. Some proponents of the Azores theory argue that these geological features could be remnants of a larger landmass that sank, consistent with the dramatic end of Atlantis as detailed by Plato. Some historians and enthusiasts suggest that ancient civilizations might have known about the Azores. The islands could have served as waypoints for transatlantic navigation by advanced ancient mariners, possibly contributing to legends of a distant, powerful island civilization in the Atlantic. While direct archaeological evidence linking the Azores to a civilization as advanced as the one described by Plato has not been found, some point to scattered findings of supposedly anomalous artifacts or structures underwater near the Azores as potential hints of ancient human activity. Modern geology explains the features of the Azores through plate tectonics and volcanic activity without requiring the existence of a sunken continent. In conclusion, while the Azores present an intriguing possibility for the location of Atlantis, the evidence remains speculative and not widely accepted in the scientific community. The fascination with linking the Azores to Atlantis illustrates the broader cultural and historical interest in finding a real-world basis for one of the most enduring legends of a lost civilization. The search for Atlantis is not without its challenges. The lack of concrete evidence, the passage of time, and the vastness of the oceans make it difficult to uncover the truth. Additionally, the mythical nature of Atlantis adds an element of uncertainty to the quest. The search for the lost city of Atlantis is a captivating journey through history and mythology. The various theories and potential locations offer tantalizing glimpses into a world long gone. Whether Atlantis was a real place or a figment of Plato's imagination, the allure and intrigue surrounding it will continue to captivate generations to come. I encourage you to continue exploring the topic of Atlantis and engage in discussions with others who share your interests. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next exploration of fascinating historical topics.